Hello, everybody. We are here for the Cheesecake Challenge. Now, hopefully, people hear me. I'm going to have to go and check just because that's how things have been going lately with me. Um, it says right now, I don't know if that's correct, but I'm going to go check, and there I am. I am live, and there's crypto in the chat, and yeah, we're ready to go. How about that? How about that?
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like we're all set. All
We're
right. Well,
set. Here we go.
we have I think three artists, and I'll go check the chat one more time.
This is
Here we go.
exciting.
Uno,
Okay.
dos,
So
tres.
so exciting.
Where's
Yeah.
well, who's here? Who's here?
Well, that's what we're gonna go look at. We got
Okay.
three current artists here. Maybe we'll have a few more drop in, but right now we've got a Humble Marty. Hey, you want to say hi, Humble Marty?
Humble Marty.
Oh, oh, going with the vaudeville. All right, good. Oh, well, look at that. There's a sound on my phone. And we got Illustrator Monk. He's a man of few words, but great pencil strokes and good inking. I want to say hi.
Hello.
There it is. And last on the queue right now, but not least, is Danny Vegas, Daniel Tech Vega.
How's it going?
There we are. And co-hosting again tonight is my good friend and often compatriot, the awesome yet infamous Crypto Comics. That would be Matthew Mars. How you doing, Matt?
I'm having an absolutely lovely day in the midst of all this doom and gloom. It's just, isn't it wonderful? Just be here, to be alive, to have God's grace shine on us. I love it.
It is nice, and it was a little gloomy out today where I live, but at least the planet around where I'm at is not going up in flames. But we'll see how that progresses. Tonight on the Cheesecake Challenge, we have a theme. I didn't go with alliteration because I think I was tired, and also I don't know much about actually Zelda. So I'm leaving it in the artist's hands to actually do what they do. But I did put a little twist on the Zelda franchise. Now, for those of you who know, Zelda is a queen or a princess, I think.
Princess.
And there are other female characters in this world, and also I assume you could gender swap somebody like Link or whatever, and play around with that. However, what we want to do with that is we want to put them in lingerie, walking on a catwalk like Victoria's Secret, and unfortunately, there is going to be a sexy, risque little wardrobe mishap on that runway, and that's the theme tonight. It's a little twist. And I would say that you want to use the lingerie to kind of reference the game. So it's not just some, random things that you can't tell. You want to be able to tell the character through the lingerie. That is the Cheesecake Challenge tonight to our artists. Oh, look, we got a new challenger on the panel. That'll be four wonderful artists. That would be Phil Connect. Phil, what's going on, man?
How you doing, guys?
You made it. You made it.
Yep. And,
Yep. Took a bit of a nap.
Mm.
Woke up and was like, "Sweet Jesus, I'm late."
Thought maybe like you were too scared of Illustrator Monk. Maybe. Guess not.
You know, I wake up every day afraid of him,
Mm-hmm.
but I still find a way to handle business.
Now, earlier I did talk to Armoron. I don't know if he's going to show up, but I did talk to him.
He's here right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, there he is. We have five.
Just went and got something to drink.
Five wonderful artists on the panel. Armoron is from Down Under. He is not a Kiwi, an Aussie. And it's good to have him here. So that makes a full nickel. Maybe we'll get some more people as we go along, but we'll see. I'm glad to have the five that we have, and I'm glad to have my friend Crypto Comics here to, comment and see what comes about in the next 2 hours. We are sitting at 4 minutes after. So I think we'll go to 5 minutes after 11 my time. That's 2 hours and 5 minutes approximately. Maybe, or 10 after. Let's go 10 after. Give you extra 5 minutes. So that's 2 hours and 5 minutes, and we are starting right now. All right. Looks like some people have already gotten into the lines. That's great. I'm glad about that. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat, but we will check. I know Matt was there. We have Cryptic Comics,
Oh.
and we do have Timotei Best. Where's the cheesecake? It's being cooked as we speak. And Timotei. So maybe some other people will show up. We never know. We seem to have 6 people watching, but nobody else is talking. If you are watching,
There we go.
put some words out and let us interact with you. That's great. As we always know, our humble Marty loves to start with color and proceeds from there. In general, our boys Phil and Monk, they start out with their pencils and move on from there. Whereas Armoron and our good friend Daniel, they usually do just like Humble, and they use the digital, but they start out with general lines. And we're gonna look now, see what we're seeing.
Sometimes sweetie, you want to look.
Armoron's starting out with a head and shoulders. We'll see where they go there. Where if the bobs come in, I'm not sure.
Okay, right, man.
We got Humble Marty doing some fancy color. I don't know what this reference is over here, but again, I don't know Zelda at all. So if you guys want to inform me who that is, I would be cool to know. Illustrator Monk is a little... Go ahead.
Oh,
Marty.
sorry.
Go ahead,
This was Dan from Oracle of Seasons.
okay. And,
Oh, that's what I was trying to remember where the hell she was from.
so,
I thought it was Tigra.
Tigra. Tigra from Marvel? I would be down for a Tigra.
I don't even know what
A
Tigra
Tigra
looks
week.
like.
Maybe we'll have to do a Tigra week.
She looks like Tigra, but we say her Tigra because it sounds sexy.
Yeah, I like Tigra better than Tigra. The E sound instead of the I is better on my ears. But
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. The animal is called a tiger, so, obviously.
I know. We're going over to Illustrator Monk. He's putting down lines, and very cute. I can tell this is going to be a little bit cartoony. At least that seems from what I'm seeing. And
Excuse me, princess.
okay.
Sorry.
And we're going over.
There's a TV show for it, and Link's line was like Link's response to most of Zelda's criticism was, "Excuse me, princess."
I again have to take your word for it. There's Phil's look. I'm not sure which is that a Link?
It's a Zelda.
It's a Zelda. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And we're going
No,
down.
when my camera's being a pain.
Who's what are you doing, Daniel? Are you doing Zelda 2 or are you doing somebody else?
I'm doing somebody. I was doing. I forgot her name. Damn it.
Okay. When you remember, we will come back to you.
Here, I can't pronounce it to save my life.
So Matt, why do you find this day so lovely under God's green earth?
Well, I mean, what's not to love about it? I mean, it was a beautiful, beautiful sunny day where I am. I was home all day, just writing and enjoying the view of the river, and living my best life.
That's an idyllic existence, I tell you what.
I hope everyone was.
That's nice. I was just hanging out in the house, taking care of my mother, and trying to get some writing done. I've been distracted of late, but got a few lines down. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Good.
Speaking of my project,
Did a few lines. Wait, did you say you did a few lines?
Yeah, a few lines of dialogue, not lines of coke.
Oh,
not
yeah,
white lines,
dialogue. Right,
black
right.
lines, not black tar heroin either. So yeah, white lines. All right. Yeah, what was I talking about? I got off
It's
on a
something
tangent.
like a banana.
You had mentioned your project.
Oh yeah, my project. Some people might be wondering, and I'm sure they are.
Wait, you have a project?
I do have a project. I do. It's called Little Girl Lethal, currently in demand on Indiegogo, and it's been there for over a year, and it is late. However, I've been working diligently with a good friend of mine, Mior Munir, to get some things done with the lettering. and we'll see how they come out. Hopefully, we'll get things done sooner and later, but it's looking okay for me. And then we'll get that book out to people when we finally get that done. A lot of fun stuff coming up. I am working right now hard. That's the lines I've been working on. Were for episode 2, which will I finish the script and get it polished. I will get that to my friend Whiskey Pain, who is the main artist of the book, and hopefully that'll get rolling too. And I'd like to be able to debut some new art from him soon. That would be awesome. New pages. Some other fancy little things. I did talk to Ennio Marini about maybe doing a commission from him. He's a little pricey, but you know, he is who he is. So we'll see if I can work out an arrangement with him. If not, you know, something fun to talk about. Let's go back to the panel. And there we go. Amaran's got a smiling face. She looks happy. Who's this young lady from Zelda, the world of Zelda?
Yeah. Sia.
Sia?
CIA, Sia, yeah.
Okay, Sia. Not the singer, but
No.
yeah. Oh, hello. Yeah, Armoron does love the bobs. He likes them effulgent and generous. Yes. Moving down to
Anyway.
Marty's got some bobs as well going on, and an interesting pose. And there's a dog, it looks like. Yeah. All right. Since I don't know the world, is there a dog that goes with this particular character?
Yeah, I'm also borrowing a little bit from Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. There is actually one part of the game where Link gets turned into a wolf.
Into a wolf. Oh, okay then.
Yes.
All right. Well, something I did not know, and now I do. Link was once a wolf, at least for one point. Moving on down to Illustrator Monk. He's laying down the lines as he does. We'll see where he goes from there. It looks like he's got some bobs going on too. And as you noticed, these young ladies all seem to have the big elven ears, and that should make Daniel Tech Vega very happy. Because
I knew he was going to bring it up at some point, but okay.
Well, you know, I kind of did this to help facilitate you. You know, we're trying to wean you off the always having those big ears, but give me a little leeway, you know, because you know, not all of the universes are, you know, a bunch of friggin' elves. Going over to Phil. Phil's got his mic down and probably yelling at the dog or whatever. We'll see. That's a nice little outfit there. Is that going to be a bustier or is it going to be a two-piece? I don't know. We'll find out.
You said it was a mishap?
Yeah, it's a wardrobe mishap. And you know what those are, right?
Yes.
Yep. The foundation wear loses its tensile strength or something. So yeah. There we go. Let's bing, pop, zap, skadoodle, whatever you want to put in as a sound effect. Again, we have through 5 great artists. We have Armoron, we have Humble Marty, Illustrator Monk, Phil Connect, and Danny Vegas, Tech Corner, Vega.
Tech Corner
Matt,
Vega.
The one, the
Matt, can you
only.
do me a favor and take care of this for a second? I got to go check on something.
Yeah, get that hose on those cats.
Oh, at least it wasn't the darn cat coming in again. And the cat came back. No one? Oh, man.
Are you? I'm surprised we
Like,
didn't
man.
do a cat. I'm surprised we didn't do a cat girl cheesecake.
Oh, that would be awesome. We need to tell them that one.
Do 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 do.
I can't remember this fucking song. So,
It's by Suzanne Vega. I think it's for some reason I've got the Primitive Radio God song stuck in my head. I can't think of it. It'll come to me later.
well, let's see. Do 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 do. We need to get one of we need to get like not a harmonica but God, what's it called? It looks like this. Y'all can see on my screen. It's like I just forgot what it's called.
You forgot what was called.
It if you look at my screen, I really drew it here on the side. I just can't remember what the name of it was called.
Pizza?
No, it's like a harmonica, but it looks more like a
Ocarina.
yeah. No, not the ocarina. But,
You're an ocarina. I was looking up female characters for Zelda this afternoon, and the only games that I ever played was the ones that were on the 64, Ocarina and whatever the other one was. And I played Legend of Zelda 2. Yes, and I played Legend of Zelda 2, even though I recall the first one came out when I was a kid, but I never had it on the Nintendo. But I played 2 all the way from beginning to end, and oddly enough, I can't remember anything about the 64 ones. I can only remember, and the only girl in that was Zelda, so I was just like, well, shit, I better look up some of the characters. There's like tons of them. Like there's like a crazy mermaid and just like all sorts of, and I was just like, man, how far behind am I?
very behind.
And I ended up watching like a let's play.
Interesting. We got people serenading us. I'm back, by the way. I had to go attend to something. It's the life I live. What are we
Careful you don't
listening
get
to?
this
There's going to be a
stream
copyright
cut off.
strike.
Yeah, dude, you may want to take it off.
I don't think so.
Nintendo is very, very bad about this.
This is
Are
just
they?
annoying to me. This music. So
Well, that's what Legend of Zelda was like for like 80 hours. You had to listen to that.
it's probably why
To win the
I
game.
never played it.
So I never played it.
Well, the music
It was dumb because you had to select like everything, RPG it all the way, and I was just like, this is stupid.
Well, I played it as a kid, and that's pretty much my childhood right there. So
See, here's the funny thing. I know people that actually like the sound of Mario and all those kind of Nintendo stuff.
I mean, they're literally jazz versions of all
Well, I'm sure there are, but like the stuff that's like the MIDI stuff, I'm just like, I know people who listen to that they like to listen to it, and I'm just like, it is just not my thing. I'm just like, I don't know.
I like some synthwave, but that's just not. Yeah, no, like 8-bit music.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
is like, I'm like, okay, no. Just not
well,
me.
like I said, it's come a long way since those days. But so a lot of the music is variety. Yeah, I can't talk today.
Variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm looking up Zelda online like I did before, and most of it, what I see is Zelda herself, and then Link like gender swapped. I don't see a whole lot of other stuff, and I'm not sure where.
well, there was like there's quite a bit of characters. It's just that uh, I guess they get lost in the search because their names are not common. Like this character here that I'm drawing, the name is so not common, and it's a weird spelling that
Okay.
you know you wouldn't find it. You would have to know the character before looking her up.
Well, I guess because
Or these
I see a few different ones. They're like this redheaded chick who looks like she's kind of like a belly dancer or something. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
That's Din.
Okay, and then I guess that there are some that just it's not. I just don't know who they are. So yeah, but I know that a lot of people love this stuff, unbelievably so, and rightfully the franchise has been going longer than most stuff in film. So yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, this like I said, because the main concept of the series is that every game that you're playing is essentially the reincarnation of said two characters, and so their support cast changes from game to game to game.
Huh. Well, like I said, that seems interesting. If and again, like I don't know the lore at all with these, so it's one of those things that
Let's see, because I Link Legend of Zelda goes into Legend of Zelda 2.
well, yeah,
Uh,
I would think.
That would be
because
so weird if it didn't.
Yeah,
so
but it would be strange if Legends of Zelda went into like Legends of Zelda 10. It'd be like,
Or like Super Mario 3.
yeah, Super
but
Mario 3. Just
but
Donkey Kong happened afterwards.
but after
Maybe
Zelda,
some Frogger.
but after Zelda 2, is when they started introducing the concepts of different timelines. So everything changes. So because I think Ocarina of Time introduces 3 timelines.
Okay.
So and so
Are
one
they simultaneous timelines or like stacked?
they're simultaneous. Oh, I think they're stacked because everything it's essentially what happened. It's at a crucial point in the game when you're fighting the final boss for the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's a point in that fight that essentially creates the split in the timeline where it suddenly becomes 3 instead of just 1, and so that it creates different arcs. There's a whole timeline tree that because I try to go over it. I'm gonna lose you guys. So let me see if I can find the.
Yeah, go look up that, and we'll talk amongst ourselves.
It's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like how they did like the legendary hero, except he comes up every time there's trouble.
Okay, there's one where they send him back as a where Zelda sends him back to live his childhood, and then it goes in and that's one timeline. There's the other timeline where he stays an adult, but still defeats Ganon, and then there's a third timeline where he loses to Ganon, and that creates a different timeline.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets really complicated in a hurry.
The manga's pretty good though.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the best accurate one here because it just gets insane. And it's like I lost track after I think Twilight Princess. Yeah. Well, hang on. Let me see if I can get this.
So how many games have there been in this franchise?
A lot.
Anybody know that?
Zillion.
A zillion.
19.
19?
Yes, that's correct. 19.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah. So
I know,
there's
right?
there's an image for the timeline, and that should give you every game.
Since the original Legend of Zelda series was released in 1986, the series has expanded to include 19 entries on all of Nintendo's major game consoles, as well as a number of spin-offs. An American animated TV series based on the games aired in 1989 with Captain Lou Albano as Mario, the Mario Brothers. Remember that? I do. And individual manga adaptations commissioned by Nintendo have been produced in Japan since '97. The Legend of Zelda is one of Nintendo's most prominent and successful franchises. A number of its entries are considered to be among the greatest video games of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's debatable.
Since it's not my area of expertise, I will defer to those on the panel that know better.
I could read like all of this if you wanted me to, Jimmy.
Does it get dry?
Well, how the hell would I know? I mean,
I
it's
don't know.
More
Wikipedia.
importantly, does it get interesting?
I don't know. Does it? Let's find out. The Legend of Zelda takes place predominantly in a medieval Western Europe-inspired fantasy world called Hyrule, which has developed a deep history and wide geography over the series' many releases. Much of the backstory of the creation of Hyrule was revealed in the games A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, The Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, and A Link Between Worlds. I haven't heard of any of those since Ocarina of Time,
Like
which I
said,
think is the one for N64, if I'm not mistaken. Let's find out.
I haven't heard
yes,
any of
N64.
those, but the first one.
The Wind Waker was for GameCube. Twilight Princess is for Wii and GameCube. Skyward Sword is for Wii. A Link Between Worlds is for 3DS. There you go. Okay, so according to the Hyrule's principal inhabitants are pointy-eared elf-like humanoids called Hylians, which
Hylians.
include
Hylians.
aliens.
Yeah.
Flit
Aliens.
Ambrant says Hyrule is just north of Ja Rule.
That's right. Which include the player character Link and the eponymous princess Zelda. According to the in-game backstories, the world of Hyrule was created by the three golden goddesses, Din, Farore, and Nehru. Before departing, the goddesses left a sacred artifact called the Triforce, which could grant powers to the user. It physically manifests itself as three golden triangles, in which each embodies one of the goddess's virtues: power, courage, and wisdom. However, because the Triforce has no will of its own, and it cannot judge between good and evil, it will grant any wish indiscriminately. Because of this, it was placed within an alternate world called the Sacred Realm, or the Golden Land, until one worthy of its power, and has balanced not virtues of power, wisdom, and courage in their heart could obtain it in its entirety. If a person is not of a balanced heart, the Triforce part that the user mostly believes in will stay with that person, and the remainder will seek out others. In order to master and control the Triforce as a whole, the user must get the other parts found in other individuals and bring them together to reunite them. This is very long-winded. The sacred realm can itself be affected by the heart of those who enter it. Those who are pure will make it a paradise, while those who are evil will transform it into a dark realm.
Wow, you made it sound more epic than it actually.
And I could go on. But I'm not going to.
That's something I did not know.
I will say that the chronology of the Legend of Zelda series was the subject of much debate among fans until an official timeline was released with the Hyrule Historia Collector's Book, which was first released in Japan in December of 2011. Prior to its release, producers confirmed the existence of a confidential document which connected all the games. Certain materials and developer statements once partially established an official timeline of the released installments. Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link is a direct sequel to the original Legend of Zelda and takes place several years later. The third game, A Link to the Past, is a prequel to the first two games and is directly followed by Link's Awakening. Ocarina of Time is a prequel that takes the story many centuries back, according to character designer Satoru Takezawa. It was meant to implicitly tell the story of the imprisoning war from the manual of A Link to the Past, with Majora's Mask directly following its ending. Skyward Sword is then a prequel to Ocarina of Time. The Twilight Princess is set more than 100 years after Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is also something I did not know.
Dang.
So people who are
Oh, I wasn't. I guess I wasn't. Was I not done reading? I guess I
I
wasn't.
don't know. Were you done reading?
The Windwalker. The Wind
Wait.
Waker is parallel and takes place in the other timeline branch more than a century after the adult era of Ocarina of Time. Okay, so then there's a child era. Okay, so now there's like a child era and an adult era of some of these these games. Or like some of them take place like Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and Four Swords Adventures are the child era. The Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks are
I
adult
believe
era.
it's called the Wind Whacker.
The Wind
Whacker.
Wacker. Yeah.
Wind Waker. Okay, I get it.
The Weed Whacker? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
The
cool.
Legend of Pervo.
That's a cool weapon, the Weed Whacker.
A wink to the past.
A wank?
Yeah, a wink to the past. You never... Okay, so the Wind Waker is parallel and takes place in the other timeline branch more than a century after the adult era of Ocarina of Time. Phantom Hourglass is a continuation of the story from the Wind Waker and is followed by Spirit Tracks, which is set about 100 years later on a supercontinent far away from the setting of the Wind Waker. At the time of its release, Four Swords for the Game Boy Advance was considered the oldest tale in the series chronology, with Four Swords Adventures set sometime after its events. The Minish Cap precedes the two games, telling of the origins of villain Vati and the creation of the Four Sword. A Link Between Worlds takes place 6 generations after Link to the Past. Important events that occur in the game include the Triforce being reunited and Ganon being resurrected. Ganon was like the big bad guy in the first Legend of Zelda, if you didn't know, Slick Jimmy.
Wow.
Now, Nintendo's 2011 timeline announcement subsequently posits that following Ocarina of Time, the timeline splits into 3 alternate routes. In one, Link fails to defeat Ganon, leading into the Imprisoning War and A Link to the Past. Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, Link's Awakening, The Legend of Zelda, and The Adventure of Link. In the second and third of the 3 alternate routes, Link is successful, leading to a timeline split between his childhood, when Zelda sends him back in time so he can use the wisdom he has gained to warn the Zelda in the past of the horrifying fate of Hyrule, and adulthood, where the Zelda from the future lives on to try and rebuild the kingdom. His childhood continues with Majora's Mask, followed by Twilight Princess and Four Swords Adventures. The timeline from his adult life continues into Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks. In 2000, in the early 2000s, Nintendo of America released a timeline on the official website of the series, which interpreted all stories up to the Oracle games as the adventures of a single protagonist named Link. At one point, translator Dan Osen and his co-workers at Nintendo of America had conceived another complete timeline and intended to make it available online. However, the Japanese series developers rejected the idea, so the timeline would be kept open to the imagination of the players. In 2018,
Crazy.
Nintendo revealed that Breath of the Wild, which is a game for Nintendo Switch and Wii U consoles, officially takes place after all previous games in the series, without specifying a connection to any of the 3 timelines. And it moved Link's Awakening to take place before Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. As
Was this
if
a
anybody
spiritual
on this
awakening?
panel even knows what I'm talking about anymore.
Was
Why
this
didn't
a
they just
spiritual
put up a
awakening
picture?
that Link had, or was this like a sexual awakening that Link had? Did he like?
Yes, that's correct. A link to the Tenderloin.
That's
Wow. In San Francisco.
I did not know that either.
A Link's
I'll be right back.
A Link's Awakening is basically he arrives on an island that's essentially created from a dream
His
of
dreams.
a turtle or something like that, or his dreams. Because I have that game and I'm trying to, and I really haven't got back to it.
Oh, let me do like a screen share. Let's see how I do this.
Yeah, I know. Zelda timeline, the Zelda lore is probably more complicated than maybe maybe not as complicated as Warhammer, but it's definitely complicated.
Man,
Well, it's obviously not as complicated as Warhammer. That would be
No.
ridiculous. And how dare you for even bringing that up?
No, I was like,
Can
yeah, I
you
was correcting.
imagine what a crossover would be like with those two?
I was correcting myself, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
It would basically go like there's all these happy little elf people, and then the Astartes land, and then
There's no elf people.
um all the guns start going off, the Titans start landing, elf people start screaming and running, and then there's just a red smear all over the planet. And then about 15 minutes later, the Astartes get back on their jump ships, they head back up, and then they leave.
True.
Yeah, that sounds like the gist of it.
and now this I'm screen sharing is the first Legend of Zelda game appeared on the Famicom disk system in 1986. It was later converted into a cartridge game for the American NES. And this is what they were doing in Japan. The Japs were having a great time with this, and this took a floppy disk. How about that, kids? If the kids don't know, a 3.5-inch floppy.
Stop making fun of me.
That's what Slick Jimmy has, a 3.5-inch floppy, kids.
I'm old school like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he does it. 486, ladies.
Boy.
No, I'm trying to remember when the first one dropped because I was born in '81, and people like to kind of poke fun at me. Like, yes, I know, I am older than Nintendo.
I'm old enough to remember the big floppies that they had.
Yeah, the 5 ones,
Yeah.
5-inch ones. Yeah.
And they were, you put them in a filing cabinet.
I'm old enough to remember cuneiform.
Yeah, you are, you old bastard. When we used to, we used to put these baked clay tablets into the computer and to be read, and it was just a few zeros and ones.
It was a good time.
It
Punch
was.
cards.
It was my childhood.
Let's look down the panel. Now that we've been educated to some extent.
Yeah, I have more though. That's really interesting.
Is it really deep and it's dense stuff that people will really be interested in, Matt? Is it? Because I love that.
I can screen share again. Okay, let me screen
How about
share
you do
again.
that? Let's see what you got.
This is the Zelda games for the Philips CDI are infamous for their poor quality and are not canon. And I'm happy to read about these games too, and what this machine is, because I don't know this machine. I don't remember this.
I don't think anybody wants to remember.
Does anyone remember this? The Philips CDI?
No.
I bet you hooked it up with a Phillips screwdriver.
Again,
okay,
no.
Okay, I'll read about it. A series of video games were developed and released for the Philips CDI in the early 1990s as a product of a compromise between Philips and Nintendo's after the companies failed to develop a CD-ROM peripheral for the Super NES. Created independently with no observation by or influence from Nintendo, the games are Link, The Faces of Evil, and Zelda, The Wand of Gamelon. The Wand of Gamelon? The Wand of Gamelon. Together with Zelda's Adventure. Nintendo never acknowledged them in the Zelda timeline, and they are considered to be in a separate, self-contained canon. These games are widely acknowledged to be the worst installments in the series.
For good
Faces
reason.
of Death. Is that what it's
But
called?
wait, there's more. There are LCD games, liquid crystal display games. Do we want to talk about those?
No.
Like those shitty old Tiger games. Remember those?
No.
I don't know.
Yes, please.
This is stuff
You guys,
that is all new
handheld
to me.
electronic games? No, I don't want to talk about those.
In fact, most of this stuff sounds like Greek to me. I don't
There's
know.
canceled games too. Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons,
Is this
Game
all
Boy Color,
Nintendo?
like the Mystical Seed of Courage for the Game Boy Color.
Is this all Nintendo?
This is all the Nintendo.
Mm.
Nintendo's always.
And then there are spin-off games that have been released that are set within or star a minor character from the universe of The Legend of Zelda, but are not directly connected to the main Legend of Zelda series. For example, BS Zelda no Densetsu, or BS Zelda no Densetsu Inishi no Sekeban.
Oh, that one was my favorite.
Or perhaps for the Nintendo DS in summer of 2006 in Japan, freshly picked Tingles Rosy Rupee Land.
What?
Freshly picked Tingles Rosy Rupee Land.
That
sound fun?
sounds.
This was followed by Tingles Balloon Fight for DS.
Oh, goodness.
Here's one that I think Phil would like. Color Changing Tingles Love Balloon Trip. It sounds like a Chuck Tingle book.
It does sound like a Chuck Tingle.
Color Changing Tuck Tingles Love Balloon Trip.
I went to jail for something like that back in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. I really do. We have somebody who got on the panel here. He just snuck in and then muted himself. Josh Spencer. And here he is. Josh, are you going to draw for us? Or are you just gonna sit?
Yes, I will. I'm doing that.
That's fantabulous. Could you share it with us if that's possible?
Just for everybody for free,
When
except for
I
me.
open everything up, yes.
Oh,
That's no problem.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
Well, I hope your breath isn't that bated.
Yeah, well, Matt's been he's been schooling us, line by line, precept by precept.
And of course, like Link appears in all of the Super Smash Bros. Games also.
So smashing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. We have Lady Celtic Moon in the chat. I don't know if she's been listening very long because probably she got. Pablo's been hanging in with us, actually talking about consoles and things that I don't even know what he's talking about. But he's talking about it there. Everybody else seems to have quieted down. Considering, I'd like to go and look at the panel for a moment before we continue our
I played
education.
Link's Awakening on Game Boy. That was the first one I played.
That's very fun. Oh, look at Amaranth's got a very interesting get up for this lass, and yeah, she's I'm wondering where her organs are, and in truth, I really don't care about the answer. That's what am I?
Yeah, I'll fix it up.
Humble Marty has put hearts upon strategically placed. I think that that's very nice, very loving. And then we go over to Illustrator Monk, who started on his inks, as he does. He's got his lines down and moving on to his inks. Moving down to Phil. Phil is still working on his. Oh, it looks like he's working on his pens now. He's got his. Is that a Copic out?
Yep.
Yep. He's going to work on it. There has been a malfunction, as you can see, and
At the junction.
yeah, right there. And
It was at the junction, really?
yes, the
Fuck, I've
junction.
been waiting for
junction,
this forever.
what's
You
your
have no
function?
idea.
And then going down to our friend Daniel Vega. I would call him Danny Vegas, because when he goes to Vegas, you don't know what's gonna happen. This queen. Who is this? What are we looking at? What's this person?
I can't say her name to save my life.
Okay, well, it's a person.
Let's just call her Elvis.
Hayabusa.
Oh, okay, Hayabusa. Okay,
Like was it you?
Urabusa.
Hayabusa. I can't say it either. So.
Okay, I can't see it because I can't read it. And then there's another Hayabusa. Hayabusa actually means falcon in Japanese. So yeah, if you were wondering why that motorcycle is called that, or Urbusa, Urbasa, something like
Or
that.
Bossa, I think.
Yeah, Urbasa.
That sounds.
There you go. And then there's a young lady behind her. I don't know who that is. The next one up.
Zelda.
Okay.
Shorter hair.
There we go. As Matt, do you have any other interesting tidbits that you want to share with the class?
No. I had to do something real quick. Sorry.
That's good. And then Flit Emirates says, Uwubusa. Uwu?
Hayabusa? He was a famous wrestler. Yeah.
Hayabusa.
Hayabusa. Yeah.
Hayabusa. Yeah, yeah. And we're going back down to Armoron. Yeah, it's quite the outfit he's got going on there. Very ornate. Didn't quite stay on, and that's kind of the theme.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm feeling that.
She didn't use the sticky tape to hold it on.
Didn't use the
She
spirit
forgot
gum.
'em.
None of that.
Couldn't find any.
Yep. Anybody who does a pageant knows you got to do that right. Otherwise, things come flopping out.
Yeah.
Am I sharing screen?
No, you just got your head.
Huh. Okay, weird.
So weird.
Let's see here.
And then we got the fun stuff. We got 6 people in the chat currently. That's nice of them. If anybody wants to lay a like down on this, wouldn't look askance, but you do what you got to do.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, now we can see Josh Spencer now.
Okay. Whoa. Oh my God.
There it is. I don't know what you're talking. What are you worried about?
Well, it's spazzing out.
Okay.
There it is.
Spencer, as you can see, is also digitally doing his work. He's not doing traditional. It's very nice, though. Spencer kind of specializes in the cartoon style, and he's very good at it.
Sound just went all echoey for us.
Thank you.
You did? Am I
My
echoing?
sound?
The sound just on my, I don't know, it must be on my end or something, but all this, the sound is just going all echoey.
Sounds alright to me.
Yeah, I don't hear it at all. That might be on your end then. Yep. So, if we were to do games again, would
That's me.
something like
It is me.
if we were to do, say, Final Fantasy, because we got Final Fantasy coming out, or like third-person fighter games, the girls from different third-person fighter games, like Dead
Or Alive,
Dead
Street
or
Fighter.
Alive, Street Fighter,
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur.
There's a lot of obscure fighting games that most people never heard of.
Battle Arena
Yeah.
Ascension.
Ooh.
What's
Beast
that?
Wars.
Beast Wars? Sexy Beast Wars.
Yeah.
Actually, there's also a fighting game for Star Wars. I just forgot what it's called.
Terraskazi.
Yeah, it's called Terraskazi.
There's Kazi. Yeah, okay, there we go. See?
All right, here we go. Valiant Comics released a short series of comics featuring characters and settings from the Zelda cartoon as part of their Nintendo Comics System line. Manga adaptations of many entries in the series, including A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Oracle of Seasons, and Oracle of Ages, Four Swords Adventures, The Minish Cap, and Phantom Hourglass, have been produced under license from Nintendo, mostly in Japan.
Breathe, Matt.
These cartoons do not strictly follow the plot of the games from which they are based and may contain additional story elements.
For one, Link actually talks in the manga.
Does he not talk in the game?
Let's just see what's going on with Nintendo's comic system line.
Link doesn't talk in a game. He's just
No.
mute.
No, ever.
He's the silent protagonist.
So Valiant Comics was published in Nintendo Comic Systems books between 90 and 91, based on Super Mario Brothers, Game Boy, The Legend of Zelda, Captain N, the Game Master. We're going to find out what that's all about. Metroid and Punch-Out.
Punch-Out the comic?
Yeah, Punch-Out, yeah. Punch-Out, like Super Punch-Out, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Punch-Out?
Yeah, I remember Punch-Out.
Yeah. Gabby J.
Paulo
Soto
Romero Art
Popinski?
says
Is that
Tattoo
Soto
Assassins.
Popinski?
Is that a game? Tattoo Assassins?
I don't know.
What game?
Know.
Pablo Romero says Tattoo Assassins. I don't know what that is referring to.
I don't think that's a game.
I could do my Lord Alfred Hayes Double Dragon impression, though, if you want.
Oh, boy.
If you guys... People don't necessarily know who Lord Alfred Hayes is, maybe. I don't know.
No idea.
No, I have no idea who
He's
that
that
is.
guy
Nope.
from,
No one?
from professional wrestling.
More wrestling stuff?
Matt's a wrestling.
Never
he's a
mind then.
wrestling
Just forget
aficionado.
about it.
He likes it.
Go ahead and do it.
No, it's past now.
Pablo
I've
Romero
moved
says
on.
that Tattoo Assassins is a game. It must be an esoteric game, Pablo, because these fellas haven't heard of it, and
Probably
I
in his
wouldn't have heard
native
of it.
country, maybe. Yeah.
Is it like down there in Argentina that they have that tattoo assassins? I'm sure he will answer us.
Yeah,
on that.
but that's definitely not a Zelda game. That's something else.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I've been white boxed on Daniel Vega forever. Just
Oh,
looking,
why?
just looking at the head of Daniel Vega's character.
Dude, what the heck?
I know I'm an idiot. I realize that I'm an idiot. You don't have to rub it in.
Oh my god.
Freaking Josh
Seriously?
Spencer.
What the
I
hell?
could have left it on, one of these ones that's showing a boobie, but I didn't. I just left it on Daniel Vega's headdress. Yeah.
At least he's, a good artist.
With Josh Spencer, we got
Yeah.
some booty going on. This is a regular trope of our friend Josh, the booty, doing the booty.
Hey,
And
What do you?
some people say I'm predictable.
Monk was gonna do the booty, but I think he won last week, and so he stopped doing the booty.
To give me a chance.
I don't know. I don't know how the mind of Monk works. It's it's mysterious. It's Byzantine, and
Byzantine?
Byzantine. Yes,
What does that mean?
it means
It means mysterious.
mysterious, very deep, lots of turns, twists and turns, labyrinthine. It's also kind of like Byzantine.
The Byzantine Empire?
Byzantine,
Is it
the
referred to
reference
That's where it
to
comes
it
from.
as an adjective actually means more very a dense bureaucracy. So that's Byzantine.
Huh.
And there's also Byzantine as if you were the descriptor of the art style. There's a Byzantine era as well. Byzantium, which was once Constantinople, which is now Istanbul.
Istanbul, Constantinople.
It was Constantinople. I think we should take it back and make it Constantinople once again.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Uh-oh.
I'm a bit of a rabble rouser that way.
That's some Crusader talk.
It is. Take back the Holy Land, the whole thing.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow. Just go in and reforge the Roman Empire. How about that?
There was a guy that tried to do something like that. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's some German guy.
What? Charlemagne?
No, like Rudolf Himger or something like that. I don't know.
Himger.
Hintler?
Hester?
Heitler?
Hackney?
Heitler?
Habeas
Somewhere.
corpus?
Some guy like that. Heitler.
And we're going back to let's look at Phil.
Let's look at him.
Let's look
Turn
at
on your
Phil's
camera. Let us
This is
see all the
looking
imperfections.
work.
How,
Yeah,
co-
very pretty.
how come Pablo's not drawing?
Pablo is working
has
on his
commissions
comic,
to
he
work on,
says,
probably.
and he also said that
So
Zelda
do I.
doesn't inspire his imagination as much. If you've noticed, Pablo kind of has a thing for the 80s. And so if we did say I don't know, a Miami Vice themed
Ooh,
thing, I think Pablo would be down for
yeah.
that, or
Don
Nagel,
Johnson with tits,
or just Nagel, Don Johnson with tits.
but still that killer cock.
What the heck? What the
Not a bad
degeneracy
idea.
is this?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
What's the theme of this, by the way, Jimmy?
This is Zelda, buddy, Zelda.
But there's no alliteration. There's no
No, I didn't do.
zany Zimbas.
No, I didn't do any alliteration on this one.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Since
Let's
I'm
try
not
Zelda.
familiar with this, I was just it would just me stringing a bunch of Z words together, which probably wouldn't make
Yeah.
any sense because I don't know anything about Zelda. I'm just doing that because it was mentioned, and I thought I'd throw a bone to the artist, let him.
Well, speaking of bones, I'm doing a pretty good drawing here.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff you get from Josh Spencer. But he comes out with fun stuff in the end.
My humor
Oh
level
no,
is
no, I don't know
Even
who
though,
he is. Never heard of him.
he's kind of
that joke
he's
level.
kind of a perv. That's all right. We don't mind it.
Kinda.
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 Okay, he's fully
Offensive.
embracing his pervosity.
Oh god.
Yeah, awesome. How many people we got in the chat? Seven people. We had 8 at one time. Pablo Romero is still. Let's see what he says here. He's the only one talking currently. So he says, no, it was a Mortal Kombat clone. I guess that's Tattoo Assassins, made by
Wasn't
Data East.
It sounds familiar. It was
Probably should get
violent as
his
well.
butt in here and do some drawing.
He should get in here, but his excuse is that he's working on his comic book, which is probably true, but still, all work and no play makes Pablo a doughboy.
A doughboy.
A doughboy. Yeah, it's a doughboy.
What?
And then Pablo says it wasn't released officially, but you can play it on emulators. Okay, so it's one that never got out, I guess, in AAA. Pablo Romero Art also says it had a character, a girl in rollers. I think that farting was a special move. Okay. And
Farting was a special
and then
move.
he said that's an excellent idea.
I
Farting
know
is an
I know what he's
excellent
talking
idea.
about.
Okay.
I know what he's talking about. It's like, yeah, it didn't get released. Mainly because when they decided to introduce the rating system that's used now for games, that game was slated to come out, and because of all the controversy, it never came out. All the stuff that went, the people blaming video games for violence that doesn't make sense, but
Well, that's a damn shame. I would have loved to see the farting move, the special combo. I guess. I'm not sure how that would work. This is like bending over and gassing him, something. I don't know. How does that work?
Hey, didn't we create
Pablo?
a character that was like that, Jim?
We did similar character, but not as I'm assuming lovely. I don't know. Pablo, was that character lovely? I don't know. The character we made is not so lovely. I do have another idea for you to do a character concept that might be fun, Josh. So
Okay.
that will be funner than the last one.
Well, the last one was funner in a different way.
Yeah, it was it was humorous, but it was not the greatest to look at.
No.
The embodiment of a certain mindset. Let's put it that way. Timote Best says video games are responsible for violent farting. I would, yeah, especially when you're eating like really crappy snacks while you play.
I know it was just it was a video game's turn. It's still video game's turn to be. It's like rap music is being blamed for it, or TV, or Kiss is the Knights of Satan or some stupid crap like that.
I blame Japanese teen hentai for the rise in teen verse. I think that's probably something that might be correlative, but maybe not. Who knows? Armoron's making this lady have kind of bronze skin or dark skin.
She does.
Very nice.
Hey, how much time do we have, Jim?
15 minutes.
You have an
For
hour
real?
and 10 minutes.
Oh my
What,
god.
really?
Boy, time is flying.
Really, or are you just messing with us?
You have an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, I was about to say.
Jeez.
What were you about to say?
Where the fuck does the time go?
Down memory hole.
Engage. There's the time, guy.
Speaking of video game violence, I just read in the article in my local paper about they're blaming now because kids are at home. Parents are letting their kids play video games, and yet it's causing them to be violent again.
Really?
Because
Yeah.
how?
If you say that again, I will fucking find you.
Why are people weird?
Why
Yeah,
are people not making
Video
fun of that?
crazy. They just blaming computer games now on the virus.
Pablo Romero
Yeah, well,
says
What?
video games cause mass
Violent.
farting at schools. And Timotei Best says we need farting control. Put a cork in it.
Yeah, and it makes them
Come on.
violent. Makes them violent when they get their consoles taken away from them. Blah blah blah.
That's true.
Oh
it does.
Lord.
Oh Lord.
Sounds like an excuse for bad parenting.
Yeah. It's all
Yeah, blame the parents.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Because they don't teach your kid how to fucking behave.
Every problem in society is tracks down to bad parents.
I agree. What happened with your parents? Oh, look at that. Look at those. Look at those lips. Those are some Josh Spencer lips right there.
Those are.
Those are lips you can see from space.
It's a Josh Spencer ass also.
Yep. Another. You can see that from across the solar system.
That's the kind of booty that eats the thong. You think she's standing there naked, but she's not.
That's right. Josh Spencer's booties have their own gravitational pull.
They do.
And sometimes his boobies do.
It draws girls with hungry butts.
Of course, Amaron's boobies have a gravitational pull. This is true. They draw people in to try to touch them.
Had them analyzed.
It's weird.
That's how we do it down under.
That's right.
Yeah.
Down under.
It's one under the other. I'll tell you that. I'm sorry, Marty. I keep forgetting you're here. And just
Illustrator Monk. When we're all done with this show, I would love to see your art of men. I always see you draw women, and I've been curious how you draw men.
You heard it here first. Crypto loves men.
he loves the men.
I do.
He wants
I do.
To know. It fascinates
They're
him.
my second favorite out of the two genders.
The second.
Two
Wait a
genders.
minute. Wait, I disavow.
Excuse me.
I disavow.
What?
This isn't true. There's a million genders, Matt. You can choose whatever you
Oh,
want.
really? Then how come I only hear about men and women getting coronavirus?
It's all lies. It's lies.
Because no one pays attention to the Pixiekin.
That's right. And they're the most affected by the coronavirus. People just don't. It's not reported on.
You're killing them.
What was the one that just like when I had to throw my hand? Gender fuck. When I heard one of them, I'm gender fuck. Okay, I give up. I give up. I tap out.
I want to know the definition of that. The gender
What?
Fuck. Do you fuck?
No, it's just like I don't know. I don't know what I am.
How
Is
do
it
you
gender
respond
fuck
to
or
that?
gender fucked?
That's queer.
Wouldn't that just be queer? Yeah. I mean,
I have a friend whose kid's gone off the Richter with all that shit.
so do I.
Isn't it queer?
She
I
said,
do too.
when somebody was like, "So what are you?" She just goes, "I'm nothing." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, Goff! Thank you for Goff.
What gender is
So much
Off
better.
gender.
Gotcha.
I'm nothing." That's called a nihilist, honey.
Yeah, I have my best friend's oldest daughter. She's whatever. He's decided to.
She and he.
Well, she's a
Shim?
she, he, they.
Shimmy,
Shimrock?
shimmy,
It depends on what she's feeling like at the minute.
Mhm.
So
Just
it's
like me.
it's very confusing.
Mhm.
So
It's
she
for me
could
too.
wake up a day, and so I guess she's gender
Yeah.
fluid, but she doesn't own gender fluid. I
Mhm.
don't know what, and so it's very so the new name that she has, I use that name, and I can't remember it right now because I haven't used it. So her old name, her dead name, as they say, is just thrown out the window. And then her brother just makes fun of her constantly.
I think there should only be maybe 3 genders: male, female, and attention starved.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've had
I
it
need
with
to add
this.
another S to that. AS.
Oh, no,
S,
I mean-
what's the other S for? And attention starved souls. ASS. There you go.
I don't know.
I'm so triggered right now.
You should
Me
be.
too. I am #me too. I am really
It's just,
so triggered.
I'm sorry. Time's up, man.
Time is up.
Okay.
Let's
How about that?
cancel this.
How about that? Rose McGowan going after Alyssa Milano today,
Oh, really?
Wait, what?
bro. Hard
Wow.
too, dude.
Wow, the charmed,
Takedown.
charmed
is
chicks
like-
going after each other.
That's like Coke versus Pepsi.
Are they,
Called her
are they,
fake. Called her faked for defending Biden.
are they gonna have what's her name?
Since
come
she'd
in too?
always been fake.
What's the other charmed chick's name?
Oh,
one.
Haley Marie Combs.
No, the other one. The one that came from
Phoebe.
90210.
Oh, Shannon Doherty.
Shannon
Oh
Doherty.
yeah,
They
Shannon
need
Doherty.
her to come in and just have them have a big old cat fight.
Yeah, there was
She's
another
fighting
one.
cancer, I believe.
Oh, she is? Oh,
I think she is.
There's been
yeah.
4 charmed
all,
girls.
apologies
much
to
success.
Shannon Doherty and her weird eyes.
Yeah, she has two different faces. That's for
Yes.
sure.
If you cut her face in half and look at one to the other, you'd never know they're the same person.
Uh-huh.
She should be cast as Two-Face.
And if you cut Tom Cruise's face in half, you'll notice he has a middle tooth.
Yes, his tooth right in the center.
Not anymore.
He does too,
Yes,
man.
yes,
Check
he has a
it
middle
out.
tooth.
It's
Even
very
though he
weird.
had
Yeah.
braces.
Yeah, he has
As
middle
far
tooth.
as I can tell, it's still he's got a tooth right.
All you
in
got to
there,
do is just draw a line right down the center.
and boom, there's his tooth.
Yeah,
There it is.
Yeah, but it was.
Now
more,
you gotta make him
you
do it, so that way he can.
Parma Romero says he draws them like women, of course. Draws who? Wait, who are we talking about, Pablo?
Me.
Oh, okay, all right.
Probably.
And because the other genders are immune to the corona, I suppose. I keep saying that this stuff. I've been demonetized and whatever they do. I like to use the woo, but at this point, who cares?
You've been demonetized?
Oh yeah, they'll especially if you're like a big channel. If you say they'll demonetize you, and they'll just take you down. They won't not take you down. But
China virus from China.
because there's no censoring on YouTube that you know of, unless you pay attention. Let's see. Timotei Best says, "Isn't Rose McGowan one of the one who diddled young boys?" I have not heard that.
I haven't heard that.
I mean, she's kind of been a goth wackadoo for a long time, but I mean, I don't think she did that. Not sure. You show me the receipts before I start spouting that.
A goth wackadoo.
Yeah. I think that's an oxymoron or just a redundancy, because goth. All right, let's go back to Armoron. He's making the colors. Colors are always good on this. We always remind our artists that the colors they give you extra points. We do have 7 people still in the chat. Thank you for hanging about. 2 likes. Guess people aren't liking this stream as much. That's all right. We'll live. No dislike.
There was 8 when I looked earlier.
Yeah, there were 8 for a time. Maybe I need to.
So you got downvoted?
I don't know what's going on, man. We still have 7, and we have 8 likes. You're right. I had to refresh. Correct.
Okay. I got it, Jimmy. I got it.
What do you got? You
Okay.
got the woo?
Okay. Here's Tom Cruise's ugly mug when he was like a disgusting little sewer rat kid.
I see it. Yeah, it is right in the dead center, isn't
Yep.
it?
And then boom. It's his middle tooth. It's his middle tooth because his parents didn't care enough to make him brush his teeth.
Was his parents Scientologists?
No.
Yeah, you know what? Like, hey, Tom Cruise's dad, if you and Jonathan Davis are ever together, anytime, any place.
Oh.
Tom Cruise's dad's probably like 85 now, but whatever.
It's a callback from last week.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, there's a nipple. And there's nothing wrong with nipples, man. I want to make.
No, there's not. No, there's not. And you know what?
There's
I'm
nothing
sick
wrong.
of you dogging me about nipples, dude.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of V either. Nothing wrong with that. Just I'd hold off on anything else.
Are you talking about Wang?
No, V.
Yeah, we talked about that, but
Delta
anything
Venus.
else?
if you know what I'm saying.
Like
I don't,
furries.
I don't think he knows what you're saying.
The delta of Venus? The vulva, let's be clear.
Oh,
Oh, my dad used to drive a Volvo.
They're very reliable, those Volvos. You can put all kinds of stuff in those Volvos. It's amazing.
yeah, they got a lot of cargo space.
They do.
You can ride them real hard too for a
Yeah.
long time.
They
And,
go a long way.
Yeah, and they just kind of keep snapping back.
I know. It's very reliable. We're messing up Matt's bucolic day with this kind of talk.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Go fuck yourself, Jim.
So why do people say that?
Say what?
I said it because Jim's acting like a dick.
Oh, I'm just messing with him, and he has a hard time taking it.
Wait, what are you talking about?
What were you talking about, Marty?
I don't know. Every time there's like something that somebody didn't like, they say, "Go f that," and it's like, you actually want to have sex? That's my gutter brain moment for the day there.
No, no,
Sorry.
Jimmy's gonna do it with himself later anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's telling me to go do it with myself, which is
go take a little blue pill, and in an hour, go fuck yourself.
That's right. And yeah. So Matt has a hard time with people. Josh him a little bit.
I do.
But Josh doesn't have a hard time with people joshing him. It's weird.
Sorry, I'm muting myself.
Oh, you got people in the background? Or is it,
It's
or
just
is
the
it
news.
blower?
It's TV time in Australia.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
We're talking about the Rona.
The Rona?
No.
The woo?
China.
The woo Rona. You know, Josh,
China.
It's actually an Aboriginal tribe.
That's right.
Corona.
The
Spelled
Corona.
Koorina. Corona.
My Sharona.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys have
Josh,
music over
I had
there?
a question for you. Where are her organs?
Hello.
Where are her organs? Where are they?
I'll circle them for you with a red.
Where are her nipples?
Okay.
They're hidden away.
Organs
For
are
safekeeping.
here and here.
The
And
organs
here.
are all there?
Yep, all the important stuff is right there.
There you go. Okay. Just wanted to know. And make sure that organs were put somewhere safely. All right, going back to Phil. There you go.
Is that the Triforce? Did you draw the Triforce between her legs?
Hell yeah.
You gotta pull it up a little bit so we can see.
That's hilarious.
There it is. The Triforce.
It's just like a.
That's how you know it's Zelda.
This is like a variation on the Jewish triangle. I mean the Star David.
It's
Jewish
exactly.
triangle?
I'm sorry.
The Jewish
I'm just looking
triangle.
at triangles. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I've been very productive today.
You talking about the Illuminati?
No, the Jewish
What?
triangle.
No.
You sure?
Talking about the Seal of Solomon.
The Jewish triangle.
The Jewish Star of David. As opposed to the Gentile Star of David.
That's also a triangle.
Yes.
2 triangles.
Humpty Bear is in the chat. I
Which
don't
would be
know
a
Humpty Bear, but he's there.
Hexangle.
And we have 8 people.
I
8 people
think it's
in the chat.
hexadrangle.
Very nice.
A hexadangle?
Humphrey Bear or Humphrey Bear? Sorry, my eyes are bad. Humphrey Bear.
Humphrey?
I used to watch that as a kid.
Humphrey Bear.
What about Brother Bear? Did you watch that as a kid? Brother Bear from Disney?
I watched Humphrey Bear and Fat Cat.
Fat Cat. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I liked
I
McGillicuddy.
was young enough to, old enough to have grown up on Fat Cat.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Magilla Gorilla?
I do.
A little bit.
Yes.
Fat
we're
Cat was
talking about-
real.
With Humphrey and Fat Cat were people dressed up in suits, a la,
Kids shows. Yeah, kids
yeah, like
yeah.
the dinosaur. What's
Like
his name?
HR Puff and
Barney.
stuff.
Barney.
HR Puff and stuff. They refused to admit that show was basically inspired by drug-fueled dreams, but the damn name is HR Puff and stuff.
But that guy did end up having a run on both X-Files and Millennium as the character Jose Chung, which was fantastic.
Fantastic, it was.
Huh? The magic dragon. Which I see.
Jimmy, you should really make thumbnails for your videos.
I should. You're right.
And also the link early so we can tweet it out to people.
I did that, didn't I? I thought I did.
I don't know.
I just didn't relay it to you because I was trying to figure out whether or not we were actually going to be able to do this properly.
Yeah, you should maybe talk to the artists here about maybe using their art as like in making like thumbnails with a couple of their photos. Maybe. Not a bad idea.
I don't want to step on their toes because it is beautiful art that they've created.
Well, you're giving them, you're promoting them here. You're giving them a platform here.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're doing me a solid too by.
Well, yeah, but this is like share for share, right? Like that's how this works. Like, if you want to promote your work, like that's what better than using it to draw people into watching the show and finding out who you are.
Well, we get just we get awesome art this every time. We got Lady Celtic Moon. She just said night all, and it was good to have you here. Appreciate it. We have 9 people in the chat. I don't know if she's still there. Flint Amaret says to Timotei, I think you're thinking of Asia Argento.
Definitely
Asia Argento.
Isn't she the one that killed Bourdain?
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah,
She's
and then
the
like slept with a 16-year-old or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
It is
Hollywood. It's Hollywood.
Holy weird.
We've always known it was a den of iniquity. It's just now it's easier to identify.
Hollywood Babylon.
Yep. Babylon. Well, it's getting very colorful there, Armoron.
Yeah, I'm working on my highlights and shading.
It's very nice, very colorful. Looking good.
It's so nice to hear an Australian accent that doesn't say fucking every 3 words.
What the fuck does that mean, mate? What the fuck are you fucking talking about, mate? You fucking cunt. Fucking see you at the fucking bottle. I'll fucking glass you, mate.
Go to the servo, then go
Yeah,
to
I work at a servo, and I hear that every 2 seconds. So let other people talk like that.
Let's get some snags and go down to the Macca's.
Get a packet of smokes.
Slab of tinnies.
No, hang on. Packet of darts. Have a dart. Go to the servo. A dart is a cigarette.
It's a dart? That's interesting. Paulo Romero says to Armoron, I think that is the best face you have ever drawn. High praise. Foot Amaranth says, sounds like crypto is one of those exposure is compensation enough type of people. Ooh.
Damn. Somebody just got put in his
No, it's like this, man. It's like this. I know a bunch of broke-ass fucking artists and a bunch of broke-ass fucking comic creators, a bunch of broke-ass fucking writers, all sitting around trying to fucking milk each other every fucking penny they can fucking get. And, and then they all sit around wondering why they're fucking, not getting enough work.
Can you do that in an Australian accent?
There you go. Oh.
That was Northwestern. That was Northwestern accent. Sort. Can you do that?
That's the way I look at it,
Q?
I'm not talking about necessarily these artists in here per se.
Oh, now he's backpedaling.
I'm saying in general. I'm saying in general. That's what I see in general in comics Twitters.
So Lady Celtic Moon is gone. We're down to 8 again.
I mean, I don't know about other people, but I don't like making 2 comics a year.
You don't like making 2?
No.
How many do you want to make a year?
I mean,
More than 2?
3 comics? 12?
I'm just trying to do some math in my head, man. Like 96.
96 comics a year.
I just write. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can write like two a week. So
Wow. That is
Typical writer.
well,
Typical writer.
He's way faster than I am. Might take forever.
I'm way fast, dude.
He's fast as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten 4 scripts done this week.
You have?
Yeah.
You guys write way too fast. Plus, you can draw, you dick.
I
Yeah.
wish I could draw. That would be no
me too.
thing. Yeah.
If I could draw, I'd be a real artist.
Yeah, but you don't know where to put all the organs. Or the
Right.
pipes.
Yeah, what is up with that, dude?
Or all
What
the
is up
pipes
with
and
that?
everything. I know. I don't
The
know.
organ?
He doesn't make
Yeah.
things. He doesn't make
what's
things.
that?
Mouth- mouth
Realistic
organ?
enough. He just doesn't. It's not realistic, and then I feel funny about what his pictures make me feel.
It doesn't represent the real women in society.
This is
Why
true.
does that?
It doesn't represent.
Something
And
that
to
looks
that, I
like
would say
that.
good.
I mean,
To that, I would say good.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, you could use that for a timepiece. Just put a little sand in it, and that's what that's for. Not
Doesn't need sand.
representation of a female. It's so objectifying, and
If I wasn't so triggered right now, I would do something.
You would do something.
I would do something drastic.
Josh, I do want to ask, where is the rest of her arm?
The rest of what arm?
Her lower arm. Where's the rest of it?
What do you mean?
Okay.
The one behind her body?
Yes. Where is the rest of it?
Okay, I'll show you something. So it'll go down. Where's the pen?
Somebody's taking somebody to school right now.
Like this. And if I drew even maybe it holding down there weird, you'd have this weird bulge.
I don't
And I
want a
don't think
trap,
that'd
dude.
be
I
good.
don't want a trap. I think I spelled that out earlier.
Okay,
He wasn't
so
here for that.
if I did that, it would look weird. So that's why.
Hey, he did the Jewish triangle too on the sword. Look
Oh,
at that.
no.
And he made the menorah too with
Man.
the hilt or whatever.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Here we
think
go.
I think Gender Swap
Muzzle
Linko has
You goyams are all right.
has got an amputee. She's amputee.
Yeah, there's a lot of Jewish in Australia.
Muzzle tough.
We're everywhere.
Oh, there's actually for real. There's quite a large community of Jewish in Australia.
There's more Jews outside of Israel than there are inside of Israel.
Hey, did you know that after World War II, one of the places that they were going to make Israel was Tasmania?
That's an interesting spot.
The nation of Israel.
Where would they put the temple?
Somewhere in Tasmania.
Well, yeah. Just,
In the
Next to
in
the
the
Tasmanian
rainforest somewhere.
tigers?
That's interesting. Factoid.
they should put it on Easter Island, just because that would be so ironic.
Look it up.
I saw it. I'm still wondering
Huh?
where that armor is. I'm just asking.
It's hiding.
It's yeah. I mean, everybody knows this.
Oh, please.
Why don't you ask where are her kneecaps?
I could go there too, but I mean, it's like she's got phantom limb scissors.
How can she be posing so sexily with her legs freshly shorn like that?
I don't know. She's got she's got 3 amputations, but she's still going. It's but a scratch.
Butterscotch, yo.
Butterscotch. Going over to look at Mr. Monk's.
Go over there.
Interesting. He's putting some color in. Very nice. Look over at Phil. Phil's Copa King quite
You
a bit.
want to dissect Monk's art anymore? We could talk more about like them titties right there. Those remind me of like titties you would see in archival footage from Woodstock.
They're plumpies. Very nice. And in Woodstock, though, usually you saw some arm hair poking out.
Yeah, we're not down. Yeah, but that's disgusting. That's like tribal women live like that. This is the Western world.
Going over to Marty. She's got a young lady here. Looks like she's got big old horns. Is that a headdress or horns?
That's her bangs.
That's her bangs.
I haven't gotten her
okay.
ponytail
I see.
yet. Her ponytail's huge.
Oh, okay. It's coming along.
And I did get the catwalk happen.
I see. Got 44 minutes left.
Oh, nice.
There it is. Very good.
And I do my little turn on the catwalk. On the catwalk, yeah. On the catwalk, yeah. I shake my little tush on the catwalk.
This guy's had such a great career.
I belong, you know what I mean.
And I do my little turn on the catwalk.
On the catwalk.
We had the single when it came out. CD singles, when CD singles were a thing.
Yeah.
They were a thing for a while.
I used to listen to it on the radio.
Can't see it, but I've just put my hand up.
How many of you listen to Dr. Demento on the transistor radio?
Not on a transistor radio, but yeah, I listen to Dr. Demento on CD and cassette tape.
Oh man, I used to we listen to it late at night on Sunday night. Dr. Demento on the transistor radio.
We never got him around these parts.
Oh, that's too bad.
The coolest thing we had late night was Art Bell.
Yeah, and then Art Bell would be like on another station usually. And you'd go and listen to that.
Rick Dees.
For the countdown. There was what was his the guy before Rick Dees?
Rick Dees in the weekly top 40.
No, I'm thinking, who's the guy before that, Matt? Do you remember the guy that was before Rick Dees? Casey Kasem.
Yeah,
he was Shaggy.
Yeah, Casey Kasem did like the top 40 for years before Rick Dees.
Long distance.
Scooby-Doo more than anything else, like Shaggy.
I didn't realize that Pablo was in Argentina.
Oh yeah, he's an Argentinian guy. Totally.
That is the number one country in South America I am interested in visiting. I'm not sure why.
They have good beef.
Seems like the most interesting to me.
They have really good beef.
I would like to go to Peru sometime and
pretty
look
women too.
Look at Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu?
Machu Picchu.
Chile has pretty women too, but probably Pablo would disagree because the Chile.
I think it's because I like that Roger Corman movie Deathstalker too, and that was filmed in Argentina.
In China, they never grow chili.
So let's see, what does Pablo say? In Argentina, we have a lot of Jews. Actually, I think it's the biggest Jewish community in Latin America.
I think he's right.
Jewish and Nazis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the boys from Brazil.
Yep.
Steve Guttenberg was great in that.
All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah.
Nobody else likes Guttenberg, I guess. Fuck him.
Steve Guttenberg? The guy from like Police Academy?
Yeah, Steve Guttenberg, Police Academy. It Takes Two with the Olsen twins.
Movie.
I think you mean Steve Guttenberg from Community.
Steve Guttenberg from Three Men and a Baby, and Three Men and its timeless classic hit sequel, Three Men and a Little Lady.
Who made Steve Guttenberg a star?
We do. We do.
He's a Jew.
I've been white boxed on Amaron for a while because I'm
Who rings
fascinated.
every Oscar night?
So you should get more
do.
views.
Oh, Amaron, bring the heat. Armoron, excuse me, not Amaron. Armoron. Gotta get
Amaranth?
Amaranth. Armoron and Amaranth get together.
Oh, he was in Cocoon. Also, let's not forget he was in Cocoon.
Yeah, he was in Cocoon.
I remember that.
Yeah, and Short Circuit.
Yep. Brian Dennehy was in Cocoon as well.
And
Yes.
a small cameo in Amazon Women on the Moon.
Oh boy.
Has anyone seen Star Crash?
Star Crash?
I've never heard of that.
I
Yeah,
have.
that, Star Wars ripoff, and it was like
Yeah.
Italian made, but it had like American actors in it.
Have you ever seen Vicious
Hasselhoff.
Lips?
Vicious
What I'm drawing
Lips?
right now?
Yeah, Vicious Lips.
Basically
Yeah, wasn't it?
what Josh does every time he draws a girl. Vicious lips. Well, they're luscious lips. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused.
There's a great science fiction movie like Girls in Prison. If you like women in cages, check out the science fiction film Star Slammer. That's one word, Star Slammer. It's
I just
awesome.
watched a really bad horror movie the other night called The Stuff.
Oh, The Stuff. Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah.
I only just heard about it yesterday.
On
Oh,
Amazon?
really?
Yeah,
Amazon's got some crazy horror, like B movies and
you
stuff.
can watch it on YouTube.
What's the
watched it from
stuff?
YouTube.
What is it? Somebody fill me in with the stuff.
I think The Blob, but made in 1985.
It's like everyone's addicted to this this yogurt type food substance. You gotta watch it, Jimmy. I don't know. It's one of the better horror movies to come out of like the 80s for sure.
And the stuff kills people?
Like non-slasher, you know what I mean?
So it's like
Turns them
creature
into zombies,
feature.
sort of. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. I'll have to look it up.
And it's like it's a bit of a satire on mass consumerism.
I can dig it.
Can you dig it?
I can dig it. Well, let's go down the line again. Amaron with a pretty face that Pablo loves. So cute. Very nice. Lots of good color. And we got Humble Marty. Humble Marty's got lots of color as well. Very nice.
The reason why I'm not as
I want to say it again. Your anatomy is coming along very nicely.
Thank you.
You're really, really improving. And you get those 10,000 hours in, and it's going to be gorgeous. And it is gorgeous already.
Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. We got a illustrator monk who with a little elven girl who seems to be a little something's happened and she's a little confused about it. But very nice. Adding some light shading color, giving a little contour to the voluptuous nature of our elven kin. Moving along to Phil. There has been, in this young lady, there has been a wardrobe malfunction, and she seems pretty proud about it.
Yeah, I don't think she's noticed yet.
Oh.
I better save before my computer freezes and resets on me.
Uh-oh. Make sure you...
Good call.
And, yeah, that would suck.
My computer is prone to do that.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to always... You gotta save every time. Just save.
But funnily enough, it does it once and that's it. And like when I come back the next day, turn my computer on brand new, like fresh for the day, it'll crash. It'll do it again, and then won't do it again for the rest of the day. So yeah, it likes to play up on me.
Likes to mess with your head. Going over to Josh Spencer. I think is this girl in tights?
Well, she might be in one version.
Oh, okay,
Depends
well.
how safe we want to be. Jim.
Well, we have nipples, so you can do whatever you want in this instance.
Well, then by all means.
Oh, whoa! I don't know if we can go that far, Josh. That's crazy.
Excuse
It's
me?
crazy talk right there, man. I don't know. just
What?
mess, Josh. I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you, damn it. Then we're going
Make
down
up
to
your
Daniel.
mind.
Daniel, now it looks like we're just looking at some drapery. There we go. We got some nipples exposed there too. She looks very Minoan in that outfit. If anybody knows the Minoan civilization, for some reason the ladies in the ancient Cretan kingdom, the women like to wear full-on gowns, except their bodices would expose the nipples.
Yes, I remember that.
And so they'd
History
have
class.
gowns on. They'd have the cuffs over the shoulders. It's just the boobs would be exposed.
No, they
And
probably didn't want something to itch down there.
something. I don't know. Of course, they did crazy things. They didn't have bullfights. They had bull jumping contests. So both men and women would run flat out at the bulls who were charging at them and then jump over them. That was one of their sports. Crazy Minoans.
And people wonder why their civilization didn't last.
Well, actually, their civilization was destroyed by Santorini exploding. But
Yeah, that's a likely story.
Conspiracy.
When who exploded?
Santorini, the island's archipelago now, used to be one island, and it just went kablooey, and it caused a large tsunami that affected all of the Aegean, basically, but really smashed into Crete pretty hard. And
I gotta go AFK for probably just a couple minutes. I'll be right back.
all right, and it kind of
Ancient
just
alien
screwed up
technology,
a
Paul.
lot of things at the time in that era. Kind of think not as big as Yellowstone going off, but think Rainier exploding, and then see what would happen in the Puget Sound and anything like east of that from the plume. Yeah, pretty bad. Actually, Vesuvius is not the biggest volcano in that area at all. That's the one on I always remember, can't remember, but it's on Sicily, and that's a big bastard of a volcano there.
I thought the one under Yellowstone was the biggest volcano in the world.
It's the biggest known active besides the one under Toba. Toba is about the same size. Toba's in Indonesia, and it's the latest supervolcano to go off about 75,000 years ago. Yellowstone went off about 600,000 years ago, so it's in the realm right now of it supposed, because every 600,000 years it went off, approximately. But it could be another 100,000 years, or it could be tomorrow. So,
That'd be a good capper off for the year, wouldn't it?
Oh, I'd be toast. I'd be there one day and dead next. I'm in the blast zone. So.
Like in the movie 2012.
Similar, yeah. 2012 is a little over the top, but
the limousine that somehow managed to make it through that entire thing was off.
But I'll tell you this: like, no one on the planet would be unaffected if Yellowstone did go off. There would probably be a volcanic winter in the neighborhood of 5 to 10 years.
It would be an ELE.
Yeah, it would go on and on and on, and there would be famine everywhere.
Cool.
Yep, it's not something the world wants to have happen. So it'd be a bad thing. Oop.
So you're saying it's bad?
I'm saying it's bad, very bad.
Bad. Okay.
It's on the scale almost of like a fairly good sized asteroid strike. Not like a huge asteroid strike. That's basically the end of humanity.
We got Apophis coming along.
Yeah.
There's that one.
Yeah, that would pretty much, if that did strike, we're just toast. You know, it's game over, and the Earth has to start over again.
Game over, man.
Game over.
Game over.
Yep. No,
Let me know if that lawnmower is too loud.
God dang lawnmower! How dare they keep your things clipped?
Every week.
How dare they? How dare they?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what's going on in the chat. Oh, we have Tank Ferret. Tank Ferret is here. Liked and shared. Hi, everyone. Yellowstone would be an
Oh, yeah,
Ellie.
everybody.
Damn it, Josh. Josh, and you're beating me to it. Yep, he did. Apophis 2039 vote giant hashtag vote giant meteor. Yeah. But let's see, 2039. How old will I be? 70. 70. That'd be a long enough life, I guess, by that time. Go out in a flash.
The Flash.
Yeah.
Flash.
Oh.
What about that Ezra Miller video?
Ezra Miller. What? Okay, I heard something about him. What's the dealio? Yo.
He chokeslammed some fan.
He what?
Chokeslammed. He just grabs some girl by the throat and slammed her to the ground, saying, "You want to fight?"
What?
Is this recently?
Yeah, just the other day, just like yesterday.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh,
it was outside of a bar in Iceland. He was kicked out, and some girl jokingly said, like, he was showing off all his fight scars. He's been in a lot of fights in his lifetime, apparently.
Because he's a major asshole, probably.
And this girl just jokingly said, "Oh, I bet I can beat you." And she started dancing towards him, and he just grabs her by the throat and just drops her to the ground. Says, "You want to fight me?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah. It's
It's
a lot
amazing
of
he didn't get his ass
different
beat,
stories
because
going around about
Icelanders
it.
are not known to brook idiocy lightly.
And like it's like there's calls for him to be cancelled, pretty much. Like
He should be
to get him taken off the Flash movie. And
Well, I mean, okay, let's. Why would you do that?
Because he sucks.
Well, I mean, why would you attack a chick unless? I mean, if she was coming at you with a knife or something, or swinging at you, maybe you could defend yourself a little bit. But choke slamming?
He thinks he is.
Gosh, damn, dude.
You choose much?
The only woman I would ever choke slam is Jonathan Davis from Korn.
Matt's got a rivalry, an enmity, deep-seated with Mr. Cornman. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Let's look at the. Oh, look. Daniel's putting in some nice. Looks like kind of warm caramel skin. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very nice. And there's some nippies. Very, very nipply in there. Yep. All right, let's go over to Josh Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
Got the sword going on. Very nice. She's going to be a bit drafty, but we like it that way. Moving over to Phil. Phil has gone to the loo, and he's left us to look at this. Been very nice. He still has some time to put some color in if he'd come back in time. He's still got about 20 some odd minutes. Moving over to our friend Illustrator Mike, who has started to put color in his lovely little elf, who's overflowing her cups a little bit. Yep. There we go. And we got a lovely, colorful young lady from Humble Marty. I don't know this.
I have to go grab some food real quick. I'll be right back.
Matt's going to fill his gob. And then Armoron, I think, has finished his piece and is moving on to something else.
No, it's the same thing. I'm just doing a
Oh.
background now.
Oh, he's putting some background in, a little bit of extra flavor. That's extra points, people. Extra points. Very nice. Good stuff today. We got 9 people in the chat currently. And let's see how many people have actually liked it. Let's see. We got 10 likes. Fantastic. Thank you for the likes. Much appreciated. If people out there and
Shut it down. Shut it all down.
if people out there want to subscribe, that'd be nice. Like and subscribe, as they say. I'm not a real pusher of that, but I probably should be. And go check out my book, Little Girl Lethal. Also, go check out my friend Cody Fernandez's Jack Irons, which is probably in the last few days of his campaign. I don't know if he's going to make his goal. Probably not, but maybe he can do it. Who knows? He's got a beautiful book ready to be finished, and it's number 3. Also, Zachary Bradley is doing another book I really like, Golma. Really enjoy that beautiful painterly book by Zachary Bradley. So, you guys want to go check it out, do so. Yeah, and then again, Little Girl Lethal on Indiegogo, still in demand after a year and change. We are coming towards the end, though. I really am kind of pushing my letterer to get it done so we can get to print. Want to get that taken and squared away. Yeah. Flit Hammerhead says, "Isn't he gender fluid? Maybe he identified as a woman at the time." Yeah, it's very possible. He thinks he's feeling his femininity so he can kick the ass of a woman. Interesting. But, who knows? Who knows what's in that guy's mind? Red hair. That's some very red hair. Very russet. Nice. Russet. Yes, russet is red. It's also potato. A red potato.
Yes.
That's why they call them russet potatoes. Because they're red. Phil, very nice. Still not here. He's off seeing a man about a horse or getting food just like Matthew. Also,
Horse?
What? What are you talking about, Josh? Didn't say horse. Seeing a man about a horse. Horse. It's a saying here in the United States. It means going to the loo. It's hitting the head. Seeing a man about a horse.
He wants to hit holes on the head.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Boy. Okay. Oh, look at that. Very cute. Very cute, Humble Marty. I like that face a lot. Very nice.
Thanks.
And those are some bangs, I'll tell you what. Those are kind of bangs that you could, take out a matador with. Very nice.
Yeah,
there we go. Doing some back stuff. Armor on. Very nice work, Armor on. I like the metallic sheen you got on the stuff. It's very, very good with the headdress and the things on the arm. Good stuff. Very nice.
Thanks.
Let's go back over to Daniel Vega. He's making some adjustments on the eyes. Things are coming together. Very nice. Ooh, look at the girl behind. She's like, oh, I can't imagine. I'm so glad that wasn't me. I'm shifting myself a little bit into a more comfortable position. For those of you who don't know, I usually do these things lying down on my bed because it's just easier that way. And no, you'll probably never see me online with my face because that's not very flattering how I'm sitting. I'm just an old fat man laying in his bed looking at beautiful art done by fabulous artists. And I am a lucky man to have these friends of mine show up and do these great pieces of work. Nice. Look, that is some
It's
booty right
worth the
there.
money.
By the way, for any of you who want to contact these people who are doing this beautiful art, you should, and go get yourself a commission from those who are open for commissions. Certain people aren't because they have prior commitments or they're working on a larger project. However, those that aren't, I'm sure wouldn't mind to have you come and get a piece of original art, and that's what the artists here do. They do beautiful work. Look at that by Phil. I like that. See, Phil did a nice little mini G-string, I would assume, and a nice little bikini top, and that bikini top wasn't quite tied as well as it should have, and that's the theme tonight. The Zelda are doing a little bit of lingerie modeling, and they had a little wardrobe malfunction, and then something like this happens, and they get a little bit of exposure, just like the artists here getting a little bit of exposure. And we got a illustrator Monk working on the down under, the undercarriage of this young lady. It's getting there. We'll see what happens. And we're moving along. Very nice to Humble Marty, and with this cute little lady, and this little frisky dog that's causing a problem. And stuff happens when you're messing around. All right, going over to Armoron, and she doesn't look that upset about the mishap that has taken place. She's just like,
No.
oh, this piece of garment. It is so tricky.
Tee
Tee. You got a little something extra. That's all. And
Still don't buy it.
What was that?
I still don't buy it that it was an accident.
You don't
The
buy
original,
the original one? No, that was,
wardrobe malfunction. I think we all know
utterly
who we're
planned.
talking about.
Otherwise, there wouldn't have been a star pasty on her boob. That was totally planned, and it was totally inappropriate for the forum. It really was. I mean, look, I love this sort of thing, but when you're broadcasting to the entire world, to everybody and their monkey, they should have known better. That's just my opinion. That, to me, that's I guess maybe MTV just didn't want to be in charge of doing the Super Bowl halftime show ever again.
Oh, they made a good job.
Besides, that was a crap one compared. The greatest halftime show of all time was Prince singing "Purple Rain" in the rain.
You mean Shakira?
No. Sorry. Nope. Not even close.
I don't even pay attention.
That's all right.
What?
She doesn't pay attention to the Super Bowl. She had other irons in the fire, other things cooking. This is.
I only saw the Super Bowl for maybe once or twice. I was watching when they did the nipple thing.
Well, I mean, if you haven't seen it, you can go and look it up. In slow motion, even, I suspect.
Enhance.
And for those who don't know, who are too young to remember, I'm not sure who that would be because it's only, what, 16 years ago? Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson were doing a duet, or, an ensemble piece for the halftime show of the Super Bowl. And at the very end of it, seemingly a supposed wardrobe malfunction, part of her outfit was exposed by his movement to expose the globe of her breast, and which was covered in a star-shaped pasty. And it was only a brief, split second before it was recovered. However, that's what happened. And it caused a hullabaloo with a lot of people, and they thought that was very inappropriate. And I kind of was one of them. I mean, I'm not like, I don't think it killed anybody, but I mean, for the forum, it probably wasn't something obviously that I think the NFL or probably the broadcasters were expecting. And it was done by MTV Productions, who at the time, compared to what MTV does now, was kind of fast and loose and a little bit wild and crazy, coming out of the 90s a little bit. And yeah, that's what happened. And so it changed a bunch of regulations and yada, yada, yada. And now there has to be time delays and other things. So, yeah. Here's the story.
Mm-hmm.
And probably everybody on the panel here knew exactly what I was talking about. But some people watching may be like, what are they talking about? And maybe you shouldn't be watching this stream. Of course, this is going to be up for years. Who knows? Unless YouTube gets really, really, puritanical about things.
Angsty.
What was that?
Angsty.
Maybe. Or just, loving the band hammer. It's very possible. The world is a weird place right now. Lots of weird stuff going on. And who knows? Let's see. We got 7 people still in the chat. Oh, thank you, Flit, for throwing out some links to those those projects I talked about. There are other projects. If Flit feels the need to throw out a project, and do so. And if you are reading the chat subsequently from now, go check out those links. All 3 of the ones I mentioned are very good if you like comic books. Mine is an excellent. I just toot my own horn. Toot toot. And then my friends Cody Fernandez and Zachary Bradley, both the Steel Cowboy, respectively, and Golma, the World of Golma. Yeah, go check those out. Thank you very much, Flit Amaranth. The best mod a channel could ever have. I'm trying to get him to come on one day and do some art, because Flit actually is a pretty good artist, and he keeps refusing to come on. He's shy. He's very shy. Got 8 people in the chat currently. Fantastic. Nice to see that. Yeah.
Prove that you're not a tracer, Flit Amaranth.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It came out of nowhere.
Shots
How do we
fired.
know we can
There's
actually
some
draw?
stuff.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Prove you're not a tracer is what Armoron
not
says
another
to
Greg
Flit.
Land.
Yeah, no Greg
Land,
Landing
oh,
out
God.
there.
Is he a confirmed tracer? I always thought he was just really excessive on photo reference.
Well, I don't know. I can't tell you for certain. I do know that I've seen the side by sides of a photograph with his pieces.
Well, the
panels,
reference is too accurate.
Yeah, they're very
Yeah.
accurate. Let's put it that way.
It looks like it's got reference.
A lot of O faces.
It doesn't. It's not like he changed it to suit what he's doing or anything.
Whoa, you don't have to get mad at me, man. I'm sorry. Jeez.
Huh?
We're not getting
Wasn't
mad at you. Jeez.
I wasn't mad at you.
Jeez.
Calm down.
God, you're
Goose-
dripping with fury and goo.
Fucking fraba. Flit Amaranth says, best? No, he's still talking about him being the best mod. Yes, you're the best. He says, no. Most tired today, though. I'm sorry, Flit. Did you have a rough day? Is it too much time in the saddle? Tank Ferret says, Flit is one of the best sleeper artists, hiding in plain sight. Ninja level Hattori Hanzo. Yep, that's true. Flit Amaranth says, in order for me to be upset with Spencer's words, I have to care about his opinion. Oh!
What did I do?
Damn. I don't even think it was. I don't think it was Josh Spencer calling you out. I think it was actually Armoron. But we shall see.
God dang.
Just jokes.
Yeah, like
God damn, boy.
Flit just comes at Spencer. Like, I just think he was, I don't know, waving that flamer around just willy nilly. It's just Poor old.
There's a lot of repressed emotion.
I know. Foot's a ball of angst and ennui. And Tank Ferret goes burn. And then Tank Ferret says Hail Raven. Oh, okay.
They're in a
Flint
glass
Emmerich says
cage of
I don't know.
emotion.
All Kiwis sound the same to me. Barb Rogers Gun Girl shows up with some hearts and kisses. Thank you. Appreciate you showing up for our wonderful artists. And yeah, and she's hailing in general, I think. I'll hail the panel, probably. No hailing the rainbow dildos, though, as far as I know. Maybe she does. Who knows? You know, different strokes for different folks, as it were. Matt has been gone for a while now. I guess he's still stuffing his face full of grub, whatever's happened out there.
He's getting that coffee.
Yeah, he's getting his coffee. He's got to get his motor running. Tank Ferret says, hail butt stuff. Okay. And Barb Rogers, Gun Girl, says, shared. Well, thank you. If you're sharing the stream, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'd like to have those people who are promoting the channel. Maybe we get a few more people signing up. One of these days, maybe I'll hit 1,000. That may come by the next millennium. We'll see. Yeah. Let's go down the panel one more time. Gonna look at Armoron. I think he's getting close to being done. That's a very nice piece today, Armoron. You've outdone yourself. That is definitely an hourglass figure. There's no doubt about it. No one would ever call that anything but voluptuous. And we'll go down to our lovely lady, the lovely dash of estrogen we have on our panel. That would be Humble Marty. And she's got a dark skin young lass there. I don't know if she's going to lighten that skin or not. I'm not sure about... Oh, there we go. There we go. Very nice. Cute little piece. Got this little wolf guy seemingly trying to disrobe this young lady. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Especially on beaches. And then we got Illustrator Monk. Are you done, Illustrator Monk?
Yeah, I'm finished.
There it is. And she seems trying to figure out how am I going to get this retied. I got to figure it out without exposing myself. Sometimes it happens. Yeah, it goes that way. Moving along to Phil Connect. Still working those Copics. Very nice, very nice. Looking good. Is that Zelda herself? Who is this?
Yeah.
All right. Zelda is she's pretty proud of herself. She doesn't have a problem with a little bit of quality time. And them going over to Josh Spencer with a gender swapped Link, or kink as it were here, who's missing an arm, but that's all right. We'll live with that.
Jeez Louise.
And a very prominent posterior. Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Going over to Danny Vegas. Looking at the second, he did two characters. That's extra points. One who's making a response to what's happening to the lady up front, who has also had the wardrobe malfunction. And yeah, these are very I'm digging this kind of vibe you're doing here. Very nice.
Thank you.
Like the little motif on there on the sash skirt thing, the pareo as they call them. Don't ask how I know that. I just do. That's pretty good. Where are we sitting at right now? We're sitting at 4 minutes after the hour. That means you have 6 minutes left. Just letting you know. 6 minutes left to the end time. Thank you for everybody showed up in the chat.
The end times?
The end times. We're coming to the end times.
Yeah.
At least of the show.
Yeah.
Maybe in the world. Who knows? Model 316 has showed up with a hat tip. There he is. Model 316. A very talented artist in his own right. And Tank Ferret is also a great artist. One of these days, maybe he'll jump on here and screw around to make a pretty girl. He has his own book. Maybe one of these days we'll be able to put it out there for him. That's Scalpel Zero. That's his project he's working on. It's wonderful. And also, I do believe that our friend Pablo Romero, who might be still in the chat, he has something that's coming up soon. I don't know the actual name of it, but he is working on it, as he told us. So there might be a comic book in the offing with him. Yeah, very nice. What time we got right now? 5 minutes. We're in the last 5 minutes. 5 minute warning. We still haven't had Matt's show back up. I guess he got busy doing something. And let's go down the panel one more time. Let people take a look. This is Armor On. The young lady he's got there is very well endowed. The gods did not skimp on her bosom. Nope, not at all. Going over to our young lady that's being done by our resident young lady, Humble Marty. It's also fairly voluptuous as well. Very, very much. I like that. And then we go down to Illustrator Monk. This is a more svelte young lady, but also very nice. Very, very soft and supple. Very beautiful. And she looks like she's a little confused about what happened. How did this happen? How did I get here? And do I really want to just let it go, or do I want to figure out a way for some modesty? And she's kind of contemplating that right now. Going over to Phil Connect. Phil Connect's Zelda, Queen Zelda herself, is just not having a problem bearing a good portion of herself in the first place, and then have a little problem with maybe a tie. That just yeah. Stuff happens when you're doing things on the runway. And then we go over to Josh Spencer. Josh Spencer has a gender swapped Link, and some real good jumping muscles. Let's put it that way. There's that Link will be able to, squat quite a bit and leap quite high. And then we go over.
It's important with the dungeon Zelda.
This is true. You got to leap stuff, and it's got to get those glute works and exercises in. We're sitting right now. We got 3 minutes. 3-minute warning. Daniel Vega. Are you almost done, Daniel? Or are we?
Yeah, I am done for right now.
You're done for right now? You're not going to add any areolas? Just going to leave it that way, huh?
Yep.
All right. As we can see, there's no areolas. There might be magical, so we'll assume that's what it is. The young lady behind her, is there a name for the young lady behind her? No?
It's Zelda herself.
It's Zelda. It's Zelda.
That's Zelda?
Princess Zelda.
Princess Zelda. And she's kind of following up. What's the name of this character here?
Urbosa?
Viola.
What?
Viola.
Okay.
Urbosa?
Okay. Urbosa? Whatever. Yeah. She's kind of surprised and a little bit peeved, I think, that her bosom was too overpowering for the material, which sometimes happens. Where are we sitting at right now? We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I feel like this show gets looter every single week.
I'll rein you guys in if we get to some point. Pablo,
wow, a lot happened while I was gone.
Yeah. You've been eating and munching away. Pablo says, I'm still here. The comic is Maneater, and I'm trying to finish chapter 2. Did you guys hear that? The comic from Pablo Romero is Maneater, and you got to go check that out.
Is it vote time? When do you vote?
Well, not yet. We got 1 more minute. So
1 minute.
Are you white boxing still, Jimmy?
Maybe. Yes,
Well done.
There's Daniel Vega again. Doop, burp. Okay.
Yeah.
Coming down on the wire here. 10 after 11 is when I set the end. We're coming down into the last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down.
9.
Pencils down. And we are done. All right. Flit, would you be so kind as to put the poll into the chat? And the 7 people who have remained, those stalwarts that we have, the sexy stalwarts that we have, and the panel members, would you please go vote when the oh, there it is. The poll is up. Flit Amaranth is doing his job beautifully. Spencer Toon says booty. Definitely. And Paul Romero Art says it's on Tapas and Webtoons. That would be Maneater. Go check it out on Tapas and Webtoons. Maybe one of these days he'll actually produce a comic we can buy in physical form. That would be wonderful. All right. Spencer Toon says vote for booty. I love butts. Eat more butts. Disavow.
Eat more butts.
I was seeing if you would read it, and I was like,
admit, I like ham.
You're like freaking Ron Burgundy.
I'm like friggin' Ron Burgundy. No, I saw it and I did it. I did it intentionally. I'm not just a person who reads the teleprompter. I read it as I see it. Okay. Let's go down the line and we will look one more time. There we have Armoron. Look at that beautiful piece. Wonderful color. Very ethereal. This is Zelda character. I don't know who it is.
It's amazing.
But it is very good. You did a great job. Fantastic, Armoron. Moving down to Humble Marty. Humble Marty. This beautiful, colorful piece. I believe this is the same character that was done by Daniel Vega. Similar character, or the exact same character. Very cute, very cheeky. Throwing kind of that what is it? The copper tone ad a little bit, and I like that. It's I like the motif and the trope. Very good, wonderful, and cute. I have to say, Marty, that face is very cute. I like that a lot. Going over to Illustrator Monk, this poor confused lass doesn't know what happened, and she's pondering how she's going to get out of this situation. Sometimes you just don't know how to deal with stuff. She's a little bit more modest, though, than some of the others, to say. Moving along to Zelda herself, done by Phil Connect, in a very brief bikini with some gloves and some, I believe she's got boots or stockings. Very nice. I like the stockings, a little sheen on that. Very good. They match. She's got a cute little expression on her face. Very good. Excellent job, Phil. Moving down the line to Spencer Toons, Josh Spencer. We've got a gender bent, or gender swapped Link, who's
gender bent. Shit.
Oh, be quiet, man. I corrected it. Gender
you had some balls.
Yeah, it's gender swapped.
No.
Yeah.
The answer is no.
This very very glutamous
it's
maximized.
Link, not Twink.
This is a very glutamous maximized image, and I approve. And finally, last but not least, down the panel of the queue, we have Daniel Vega. Danny Vegas, as we call him, the Tech Corner, doing 2 characters.
Primetime Danny Vegas.
And so you got to give him extra points. He got the color in, and he did get two characters.
2 extra points. I get it because of her nipples, right?
Yeah, cutting glass. Cutting glass. Very nice. And the theme was followed entirely. I can say this firmly for Danny Vega today, that he did follow the theme, which is kind of been one of his downfalls occasionally.
And he also has the Hebe triangle also between the white chick's breasts.
Boy.
That's cool.
Oh my god.
Hebrew, excuse me, whatever.
Hebrew. That's right.
It's fine.
So those are
fine. I worship their god. It's fine.
These are the pieces, and Matt is making some semantic comments.
It's all semantics.
All semantics. Yes. Okay. So y'all go vote. I'm gonna go vote. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vote.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
All right.
Vote it up.
All right. We got 9 votes in there so far. So if you haven't voted, you on the panel, please go vote. People in the chat, I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes.
Couple more.
Couple more minutes.
Couple more.
And we'll end the show.
Wait. You're gonna give it more? Oh, Wait. How
No,
many
couple-
minutes do we need? We got like 7 people watching, and there's already like 10 votes.
Yeah, you're right. Just give them a couple more minutes. Matt, do you want to say anything else? Do you want to throw down any knowledge, any wisdom?
Yahweh is the living God, the one true living God,
Okay.
and he is symbolized by the Jewish triangle everyone's drawn. And
Ah.
I hope you all like it.
Well, there you go. I learned
Here on what's the channel? Hasidic Jimmy Speaks.
I learned that,
Okay, this
that
is
Aphrodite,
offensive.
who is also Venus, is also from another Middle Eastern god called Ishtar. That's the proto god. Goddess of
Ishtar,
fertility. Ishtar.
You will not see the star of Ishtar on any of these women in this.
Probably not, but I mean, she was a fun goddess to worship. Let me tell you, if you go look that up. Right.
Yeah. No, she wasn't. Iana was not.
No. I'm talking about like.
That's what the Illuminati still worships to this day, dude. They
Isn't
still
this
worship
part where we get Easter?
Ishtar.
Maybe.
No,
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
I'm pretty sure we get Easter from Christ rising again.
Maybe.
Is that what you think?
That's what he thinks. There's a lot of thinking going on here. All right, where are we at here? What time we got? That's 2 minutes after, and now we're gonna call it. Everybody has voted. There's 11 votes. Fantastic, 11 votes. I'm gonna do one more thing to make sure. There we go. All right, let's start from the bottom. We had wonderful artists today, as usual. Glad to have them show up and to show their talents, which are multifarious, and deliver. They just deliver. Going from the bottom up, we have
They're like Karl Malone. They deliver.
That's right.
He was the mailman for the Utah Jazz.
That's right, from the Utah Jazz.
Sorry, stated reference.
That's okay. It's okay. It's kind of relevant to me considering where I live. All right, for third place, here's a third place tie. We have Phil Connect, Illustrator Monk, and Humble Marty.
They're still
with
moving.
one vote.
They're still dangling and dangling.
Oh, wait. Oh, we got to do it again.
No.
One more.
You're safe. You're safe. Keep going.
All right, one more time. Still, yep. There we go. Still three-way tie at the bottom.
Here we go.
That's for the
Get ready.
Bronze medal. For the bronze medal.
Bronze.
We do have Humble Marty, Illustrator Monk, and Phil Connect. Congratulations, you are on the podium tonight. Kind of, scrunched up together on that one lower tier. Then we have for the silver medal with 2 votes apiece, 15% would be Josh Spencer and Daniel Vega, the Tech Corner, taking the silver.
Hey.
Fantastic, awesome, very good. And with 6 votes, 46% of that of the total.
He took it away. He took it away now.
He took it away. Went running away with it like Secretariat. Armor.
Where Aussies belong in second and first place.
There you go. The Aussies came to fight this one with the Zelda challenge. Fantastic, guys! You did a great job. We will come up with another theme next week.
This is amazing, dude. Australia dominated this like they dominated the Aboriginals.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go down the line. Tell us what you have going on, Armoron. The winner of this challenge today, of the 26th Cheesecake Challenge.
Nice.
What do you have going on?
What have I got going on? Just doing commissions now. Got a few in the queue, so yeah, that's pretty much it.
Are your commissions open?
Commissions are open. Yeah.
Where would I go to enter that door?
Just outside my door here.
There's not a Twitter door. There's not a
Yeah, I got
There
Twitter
we go.
at Armoron1, or you can find my sort of like my commission list on DeviantArt.
What is
Same name,
Armoron?
Armoron.
What does that mean?
Armoron
Mhm.
means it's a name I came up with. For my main own character
Okay.
a long time ago.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Alright.
You know Armorall?
I do. Yeah.
I got it from that.
There we go. Man.
Thank you.
variation on that. I was like, armor all. Oh, I could make that my hero character name.
thank you.
Yeah.
Moving
Cool.
down the
He wears
queue.
armor.
Oh, sorry, Jimmy. Did we take up too much time talking to the winner? Shit. It's like
Okay.
the fucking
Okay,
Oscars.
winner.
Go ahead.
Okay, winner. Okay, winner. Do you want to say anything else? Seriously.
No, that's it.
No. Okay.
Oh shit.
All right. Then Humble. You did a great job tonight. Anything you want to pimp? Humble.
Humble.
I'm almost feeding the dog right now.
She must be
I
feeding the
can
dog.
hear her emptying the can.
All right. Well, we'll go down. Illustrated Monk. Anything you want to pimp, buddy? I know you do. You got stuff going on.
Yeah, check out Saving the World on Kickstarter. I have 2 covers on that. Get the variant. It's really cool. And also now I have some stuff on the New Age Ninja Core website. T-shirt and a print and probably more coming up. That's newageninjacore.com.
Yeah.
C-O-R-P core.
Yeah, New Age Ninja Core is affiliated with Rags, Brian Ball, and Trent. So yeah, go find that stuff. Beautiful work from what I've seen, and I have seen it. So yeah, go check that stuff out. Phil, connect. What you wanna say, bro?
You know, I'm languishing in defeat tonight, but I will.
You're
I will. I will return stronger, better, faster next time.
You're like the $6 million man of the Cheesecake Challenge. I know.
Yeah, I'm working on Medichain 242. I finished my primary script. We went through, workshopped it, added in 2 extra pages. I finished the prelude script, which we still haven't workshopped yet, and I finished the Ashcan script, which is only about 12 pages. And I've been going through and doing some pretty serious thumbnails, getting things down on paper so that I know what I'm doing. And other than that, I am waiting on Amazon to send me supplies so that I can actually get the ball rolling on all this stuff. And other than that, I'm just kind of sitting around doing commissions right now, and having a good time with that.
Excellent. If you guys want to go out and find any of these people for commissions, please do so. Then moving over to Josh Spencer, who I know his commissions are open. He's
at Spencer Toons.
There you go.
On Facebook, I think. Twitter is my main one, or Instagram, and then I also have a DeviantArt, which is at Spencer Toons. So check it out.
There you go, man. Spencer Toons is a quick, and he does really fun stuff, this cartoony style. But this isn't the only kind of thing he can do when he puts his mind to it. So, yeah.
I can draw guys.
He can draw guys as well. It's amazing. He also can draw, very masculine men sometimes. And then we got Daniel Tech Vega, who I also know his commissions are open.
Okay. You can find me at the Tech Corner on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also find me on DeviantArt under D Vega.
Anything else?
No, that'll be it.
All right, Matt. You want to say about anything you're doing? You want to tell people?
Hey, are you a terrible writer? Are you afraid to compose a tweet? Then you can hire me to write your amazing comic book that you've been dreaming about, but afraid to execute. Don't worry, I can complete a script in just 2 or 3 days' time. I know exactly what I'm doing, as Slick Jimmy will testify. Here's Jimmy.
Testify, word.
Thanks, Jimmy. You can contact me on Twitter at CryptoCreates or on YouTube at on YouTube at CryptoComics, but really on Facebook at Crypto Comics. All of those places.
And he also has YouTube channels that you don't want to subscribe to.
Subscribe to my YouTube channels.
Crypto Comics and Testosterone Overload.
I've been putting up an old television show I made in Portland all about drinking beer
Oh my goodness.
Shitty late night TV that was
That's
awesome
crazy.
back in the day.
That's
We're all trapped inside. I couldn't get to the studio and get my camera equipment checked out before they closed because of stupid Corona.
Ah.
So I can't even shoot comic book reviews right now. So I'm just like, well, let me just provide something for people. Maybe they'll like it. Maybe they don't give a shit.
Use your phone. I've heard some people can do that.
I can't use both hands then in my my work takes two hands, Jim.
Okay, all right. He's too much of a professional. All right,
very professional.
This was a fantastic panel today, with these wonderful artists and with my friend Crypto Comics, Matthew Merce, who is extremely capable at writing, as much so as these wonderful artists are at their craft. Myself, I am a writer and a creator, but I'm kind of slow as a freaking snail. But I do have an affinity for this wonderful type of art, for this sexy, cheesecake that we do. I'm glad you all came out tonight, and we're going to shut it down. It's almost about
Shut it down.
Shut it down, and I need to go over to Streamlabs to do so. Everybody,
shut it down.
Yes, I know. I know you want it gone, and here it goes. 1, 2, 3.